So people of Christchurch, we are with you, and let's hope you can stay with us. This is 2020 cricket of the highest pressure now. It's one apiece in this series, and South Africa are batting first. That is the news here from Eden Park as we head across to our first commentary pairing of the evening. Their thoughts on these two teams, Craig McMillan and with him Mark Richardson. Here we go.
He's hit that hard first up. Went straight to Nathan McCullum at mid-off.
Because the last one spun and comes first slip. Bang, straight back past him. There's a bit of a ricochet, but that won't stop it going for 4.
Wow, Hashim Amla couldn't get out the way. Took a fair bit off that ball in terms of power. And it still raced away to the boundary. Got to watch it at the non-striker's end because you're in real danger here. Look at this. Came off Amla's leg and took a lot of the power off it. He couldn't get out the way of it. He's saying, sorry, mate. He's saying, oh, that's all right. Still went for 4.
You get too straight. Those gifts, those are real freebies to get underway for Amla.
Poor delivery to start from Bates. Got to be on the mark from ball 1. Drifting into leg stump. Player of Amla's class. Too easy. Any pad on that, it runs away. Short boundaries down the ground.
Too straight again. This time hit through the onside. This is a classic drive through mid-wicket. Lovely stuff from Amla.
Nice piece of timing from the South African right-hander. It's just a conventional cricket stroke. Beautiful piece of timing. Again, Bates too straight. In at leg stump. That is too easy for someone of Hashim Amla's class. Bates has to get his line sorted out.
Flicked away. And 6. That's one of the longest boundaries. The way he hit that really didn't look like it should go for 6. It carried a long way.
Well, we saw a lot of this in Hamilton, and it's an exact replay. Franklin having a loosener in it, outside leg stump. And Levy just flicking it off his pads. And that is a short boundary down there. Nice piece of timing. New Zealand have been loose. They've got to get their lines right to the big right-hander.
And again, this is square. There's a man coming in. Has he got it? He's plucked it. He has. Just plucked it millimetres above the surface. That's Rob Nichol. They've done the job. They've got rid of Levy and they've got rid of him early.
Oh, it's big. Rob Nichol. That is an outstanding catch. Levy can't believe it. Walking off slowly. Franklin and Nichol have done the job. Again, flicked off the pads. Nichol had to make ground in. Takes it just above the grass. Big wicket for New Zealand. Big blow to South Africa. Franklin can't believe it. Neither can McCullum. Levy goes for 11. South Africa 20 for 1.
Chipped straight, chipped over the top. And most likely chipped for 4, yeah. No more than an onside block.
Well, there's a common theme here, and Bates, every time he pitches on leg stump, he goes for 4. Again, the line is just wrong. Every time he's outside off stump, he's beating the bat of Amla. Look at that, pitching outside leg stump, so it's a free hit. It was a good shot, nice straight bat. Bates just hasn't got it right at the start here.
Not brilliantly timed. Maybe a single. Got that. He's got that like a ballistic missile.
Well, I think we're going to see a few of these tonight because it is not a big ground, and if Albie Morkel gets going, he can hit it many a mile. That's a nice start for him. Bates just bowling length, and that is right in the arc for the big left-hander. That's what he's been sent out to do.
Yeah, that's a big hit, that, because all the corners of the ground.
This great game.
Bang! Not timed at all, and they come, they take it. It's Rob Nichol again. He is getting followed in the field, and he is up to every minute of it.
Oh, great stuff, Tim Southey. The old 1-2 plan goes short, and then go full with a slower delivery. And he's holed out to Rob Nichol, who the ball was following tonight. Dragged it leg side, never got any timing on it. Easy catch with Nichol coming in. The New Zealand plans are working. So Pacheta goes for 10. Morkel. South Africa 39 for 2.
Simon. Oh, that's a great shot. Just a little bit too full and a little bit of width. Amla, he doesn't miss out on that. These overs very important for South Africa, Simon. In the first game in Wellington, overs 4-9. They only got 18 runs, all in singles, and lost 3 wickets. So it's important that they've learned from that and they make sure that they cash in on any bad deliveries. And this was too full. And Hashim Amla, he's in much better touch today, and that must please the South Africans.
Wow, that's a cracking shot. Over extra cover for 6. Beautifully played.
Yeah, interesting decision this, because Amla plays the spin as well. He's a very wristy player. And again, just thrown up. He's hitting into the breeze, mind you, so it's got good carry on this one. This is probably an 85, at my guess, and he knows there's no fielder out there. Gives himself a little bit of room to swing the bat, and away she goes.
What a long putt coming up. Catch! Out! No! Dropped Guptill. Don't see that often. Should have been taken.
Now this could be the difference between winning and losing. You don't often see this. Martin Guptill dropping a catch. A tough one. Hit really hard off the meat of the bat. But such is the quality of his fielding. Right ball. Yeah, just mentioned DeLonga. Look at this. Yep. Oh, he
went too far, didn't he?
Yeah. Actually hit the palms. Right near the wrist. Oh, that's a disappointment.
Nicked and gone. Good start. Braceful. He was hammered around Sydney Park just a couple of nights ago, and he started perfectly tonight.
And it just shows you, they had run a 3. That ball would have been bowled to A.B. de Villiers. It might have been a different result. And it just shows you've got to take every run on offer, but very good bowling. There is some pace in this wicket, a little bit of bounce. Bowled well against the Australians in Tasmania. A little bit of movement and just the faintest of edges. Nice, comfortable catch for Brendan McCullum. That is a big wicket. Hashim Amla goes 33 he made, 59 for 3.
Longer. Has to take a bit more initiative. That's nicely played, that one. Speaking of taking the initiative, well up into the grandstand.
That is a very good cricket shot, and it just shows you how smart he was. He's assessed this wicket as being a very quick wicket, so you don't have to swing hard to get a good result. All you have to do is get it off the middle of the bat, and that's exactly what he did. He held his shape. You watch how the elbow stays up, and he keeps the follow-through going, and that's beautifully played. That really is a very good cricket shot, using the pace of the wicket and the bounce of the ball.
Yeah, by no means a half volley. Not a bad delivery from that. Beauty. Well played too in the end. Shaped to pull it, and then decided no. Got too big on him.
Yeah, good bailout this is. Very good bailout. He was going, and then saw... Whoops. A bit of heat in it.
Have a lot more respect for the boys out in the middle.
Heck of a shot that. The tricky ones have come out all of a sudden, but we'll continue down here just for the meantime, because there is a really, really important date coming up associated with the cricket, isn't there? March 3 and March 4 for you guys.
Yeah, well, for us, next weekend's a kick-off to our 2012 season. It's a rematch against Manly, who we played in the grand final last year. So I think the day before was a ODI between these two teams, and then we're on the Sunday. I think you can go to Ticket Tech and get 2 tickets, a ticket for each day for $40. So good value weekend, and hopefully a lot of people that come on the Saturday for the cricket will come along and support us on Sunday. Yeah, it's a real opportunity to drag some other fans along and introduce them to the game of league, isn't it? Yeah, especially people coming from out of town. You know, I'm sure there'll be a lot of sports fans in general, and you know, really love the cricket. So you know, a real great opportunity for them.
All right, cheers, fellas. Enjoy the game, and as the Mad Bitch would say, go the mighty Vodafone Warriors. Well, then, just getting over the mighty Warriors. This was the Doomany shot over the top just previously, and now they've decided to really improvise, and A.B. de Villiers couldn't have hit the gap better there. Martin Guptill
If someone settles in instantly, I think they're worth persevering with. So going to run away for 4. So South Africa have put their foot down now, and the last 7 balls at 3 4s and a 5.
Yeah, it's good strategy to go after the bowler early in the over. First 2 deliveries try and get a boundary. JP Dumini's done even better. He's got a boundary off Franklin's first delivery, so it means he's under pressure for the rest of
Straight down the ground, and that's beautifully timed. 6 more. Now New Zealand have issues. Brendan McCullum, a wry smile from behind the stumps, but now he knows he's got to do some serious work with some sticking plaster here. It's starting to come out very quickly.
Well, 180 might be light. Someone that can do that.
This is only what 2020 can produce. Even the very best can lose their poise and their balance. And every now and then the game can look a bit ugly.
This wasn't far away from McCullum. Oh, what a helmet on. De Villiers lost all his poise there.
That's it! It's a much better option because that's going to clear the rope. Just. Much safer bet.
Probably the longest part of the ground as well to that corner. And he got just enough on it, AB de Villiers. Decided to put away the reverse sweep and go for the shot over mid-wicket. All cow. Southey nearly got a hand to it. It's a good effort. But again, boundary early in the over, putting some pressure on the New Zealand bowlers.
Going to break this partnership, and they're going to break it now. That's magnificent. Classy.
That's really nice from AB de Villiers. Smacks one over mid-wicket. The next ball gives himself a little bit of room. It's over cover.
He might have done himself just a little bit of damage here when he slipped over with that reverse sweep or that reverse pull shot, and he just might have injured a hip or a buttock muscle. Magnificent, Rob Nicol. My goodness, the reactions there. That was fair humming. The most unlikely of dismissals. Absolute genius here.
How good is this? Rob Nicol can't keep him out of the game tonight. This has been smashed back to Nicol, who's got the poise to pick it up and realise that Dumini's out of his ground. Hard, look at that. Dumini was a long way down. Nicol takes the bails off and says thanks very much. Big blow, New Zealand. Dumini was looking good, gone for 38. South Africa 124. 124.
Important date coming up.
The issue for them right there. So they're going to be looking for boundaries, and they've got one here. Ontong's hit this nicely. Just short enough. It's a poor delivery really from Bates with the field set. But AB de Villiers is really struggling to turn on the surface because it's a hard surface, and then if you run off the surface, you get the lush grass, which is not easy to turn on.
Well, it goes from hard to a little bit slippery. This is Dumini. Look at that. The feet were outstretched, and he's just tweaked probably top of the left hamstring.
Oh, I think so. Oh, it looks like we've snapped for one, so we'll go straight back upstairs for that. Thanks, Hashim.
Yes, thanks, Hashim, and thanks, Mark, and goodbye, AB. And AB's going to limp off because he did look to hit the boundary. He looked to improvise. Rob Nicol is he having a good night or what? 2 catches, a brilliant run out, and now a very key wicket.
Yeah, big wicket, and I think AB de Villiers decided that his injury was bad enough that he didn't want to do any more running. He was looking for the short boundary. Rob Nicol found leg stump. Picks up a second wicket for the night, so the South African skipper walks off a little bit injured for 29. South Africa 129 for 5.
There's no doubt about his ability. But that's close. It's got to be close. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Well, this is an amazing dismissal. Absolutely comical, really, in the end. Ontong's got to go. He's got to go find his bat. But I think the right decision's been made.
Wow, he's just threw the shot a little bit early from Nickel. Dragged down, yeah. Maybe height was an issue. Lost the grip of the bat. Chris Gaffney had a long, hard think and said, yeah, that's out.
Well, it's brilliant bowling. You had the bat back, son. You won't need it anymore. But I think this is brilliant bowling. We'll go back to the speeds in a minute, but Justin Ontong's gone for 6, 130 for 6.
Oh, in between. It's too wide there, Jesse Ryder.
So people are priced.
Slip.
They lost their way a little bit, South Africa. They were really sailing along, and then a little injury to A.B. de Villiers. Well, you couldn't have picked it better. He's just having an each-way bet there. Slip's got to be... never got close to it, really.
Well, it's up to Brendan McCullum that to say he's a lot closer now.
Hard ask as well.
This is good stuff. And Tim Southey, Botha. He's a fair player, Johan Botha.
Struggling with the pace. He really is. The pace has got him. Just a little bit of extra pace. Nowhere near it.
And wicket, what a catch, Martin Guptill. He put one down earlier, and that is unbelievable. Leaping high, left hand in the air, and those dots bring about a wicket.
Just absolute pressure here from Tim Southey. Well bowled. Guptill getting all the applause, but it's well bowled by Tim Southey. He created the pressure. Very good catch in the end. Just shows you what happens with a good bit of fielding. Swung hard, going hard, left hand. Wow, this guy is something else. He's having a summer of note. Johan Botha on his way. He really won't be proud of what happened there. 137 for 7.
Stadium. It's in the air, away over a wide third man, and it'll make it to the boundary. So a much-needed boundary from South Africa. 10 runs from the over, 148 for 7. Certainly filled up a lot. A little bit of innovation, can't get it right. Rob Nickel, 2 for 16.
The old change of pace.
Look at the red delivery. Look how much slower. Now, when you're a spin bowler, that is a big, big difference. Still can't get it away. What a terrific over from Rob Nickel. Ronnie Hera cleans up on the boundary. Just the 4 runs from it. 1 over remaining, 152 for 7. Maybe short of a length. It is short of a length, and Parnell smashed it. Away over extra cover. That is a glorious shot.
And much needed boundary. It really was. It's a beautiful shot. Over extra cover, just held his form, and that's what you've got to do. So often in this type of cricket, you try to hit it too hard. If you time it well, that's what happens. Clear the hips. Just on the length.
It was neither here nor there for mine. That delivery wasn't short enough. Good from Southey. Inventive from Peterson, but it didn't come off.
It's going to be one of those iffy totals.
Goes full. Set away over extra cover. Will it be 4? Yes, it will. Good finish from Peterson. Guptill couldn't pick it up. He'll have a bit of rope burn for his troubles as well. 13 runs off the final over. Just couldn't quite get the Yorkers in place and ended up with a couple of full tosses.
Yeah, you're right. Just reflecting back, I think the run out of Duminy, that was a little bit of a problem. The injury to de Villiers. And South Africa probably just a little disappointed. They were 109 after 12. They thought probably 180, 190, not to be 165. So there's a lot of work for the bowlers to do.
Yes, that's the equation. New Zealand bowlers will be pretty happy as they go to the changing room.
South Africa looked to break the shackles, but every time they did, they lost the...
So it's Peterson's first bowl, and bottom edge, gets away with it.
Gets away with it.
Outside edge, that flies away, and it goes to third man, and it goes for 4. That's the problem they've got with this pace.
Well, they should know. Third man has to be a lot straighter. He's got to be a lot finer than that because the edge will travel so quick at that pace. That was a good piece of bowling that deserved better. Instead goes for 4 and he feels hard done by. De Villiers has to get his fielders right, has to get them set in the right places. And he just had third man too wide there. Top left of pitcher. He has come a touch finer now.
In the air and over the top, that's a real confidence stroke, that one, the first from the New Zealanders.
Oh, I like the reply from Guptill. Man, full of confidence. Facing quick bowling that's going to hurry you up. This time he goes boom down the ground. Look at that, head down. Not afraid to hit the ball in the air, even at that pace. And that's something to really be encouraged with. If you're watching in the changing shed, that gives you confidence, Rick.
Catch! Sweeping, he's so strong there, Rob Nichol. Very seldomly does he miss out, and he doesn't. First time he goes there.
Well, the good thing about this shot from Nichol is the fact he got it on the full. Really stretched out to make sure he got it on the full. And that made the shot a lot easier. Picked his place. By the time it hit the middle of the bat, it was always going to be 4. That's a great shot of Nichol. Look at the eyes.
This time it's held back, and there's a chase out there, but that'll go for 4 as well.
Oh, it's good batting. Savage bowling from Peterson. Really slowed this one up. It's only 80 kilometres per hour. And Nichol just sat back and picked the spot again. Big gap at mid-wicket. 2 in a row.
Good Yorker. How's he hit that? How has he hit that for 4? This is the form that these two blokes are in right now.
Oh, Nichol's quite happy moving across the stumps. And that was zeroing in on middle and off stump. And he's just flicked it away. A full toss in the end. But it does show how good the form is for these two batsmen. He can't believe it. He's saying, how have you got back on that?
Again, full and straight, and again picked off. And again it goes for 4. Rob Nichol on fire. He is taking the fast bowler apart here tonight. 38 without loss. Oh, they've missed their line again. It's cost them again. They need to be better than this if they're going to pull this one out of the fire, South Africa.
I'll throw this question out there. On this sort of surface with the pace and bounce, to me...
Straight, head down, straight, into the stand. Classic Guptill.
Oh, that's the Martin Guptill we love. And that's the Martin Guptill we've seen all summer. Head down, follow through. And it is sailing miles. Look at that, straight into the middle of that bat from Guptill. Doesn't even know where it's going. Well, he knows it's going for 6. He knows roughly where it's going as well.
You see golfers keep their heads down like this when they're trying to sink 3-foot putts. Doesn't get that, but good enough. It'll go for 4 as well. It was an inside edge, but they just rocketed across the turf because he swung so hard. Change down there, no change from the New Zealand batsmen. They are just charging towards this total. To have another look at that, here's Ian Smith and Simon Dool.
Thank you, Rigger. Nice time to wander in here. Short, leg side, and just punished.
Trying all his options, isn't he, A.B. de Villiers, but not one of them is getting it right. He's got a slip in place, but out in with the bowl line. Again, onside, well, put down. But it could easily have gone for 4 as well. So no timing there for Rob Nichol. And a half chance which Guptill swallowed, and when New Zealand were fielding, goes begging.
Yeah, Wayne Parnell was to his left hand. He's a left-hander. Got it up there all right. And they should have held on to it.
Still, for me, it's not the right line.
would have been a wicket by mistake in the game so well. There's another top edge. He should be out this time. And he is out. In the end, he makes a bit of a meal of it, does Richard Levy, but they've broken through.
Someone that can do that.
This is only what 2020 can produce. Even the very best can lose their poise and their balance. And every now and then the game can look a bit ugly.
This was far away from his colour. Oh, what a helmet on. Definitely has lost all his poise there.
That's it! It's a much better option because that's going to clear the road.
Ryder was 5 yards down the wicket before he said yes. He jogged the first couple thinking it was past the bowler. And there he is saying sorry. I think he realised he'd made a little mistake.
Well, it's not timed at all. In fact, it's going to run away. It may even get to the boundary. In fact, it will. So there's a little bit of spin off the bat more than anything else. When it pitched, it started to run.
Yeah, he's gone so hard at it. And as it flew away, really spun. You look at that ball spinning now. Look at the way it was spinning. As soon as it hit the turf, it just kept going.
Yeah, that's not timed either. It's lined up in the deep, and Umla takes the catch. So Guptill makes a mistake and can't get the timing right. And both openers now back in the hut.
Yeah, not a good option from Martin Guptill. Ball just sliding on. No turn. And hitting the outside edge of the bat, flying away to Hashim Amla, who takes a comfortable catch. Eyes on the ball, no problem at all there. He's a good outfielder. So Guptill out now for 26, and New Zealand 73 for 2.
Circle from Morne Morkel. Gets it wrong, the line is wrong, 4-leg buys, bonus runs. South Africa do not get home here tonight. They'll question the line they bowled early on. Ramp shot. Crunches it wide of mid-off. That's beautifully played. Great adjustment from Ryder to the fuller ball. 9 off the over, and it's 82 for 2. It's bad ball. That's easy for Jesse Ryder. He loves it there. He just raises that front leg, the knee, bends the knee, and just help it on its way. And it's at 138, pretty easy.
Your trademark, Jesse Ryder. Shot that we see a lot from him. Interesting that he's playing that from outside leg stumped. That cross seam delivery was very...
It's straight for 6.
पेश है फॉग बिना गैस वाला बॉडी स्प्रे फॉग में है सिर्फ परफ्यूम लिक्विड तभी तो खुशबू देर तक साथ निभाए नया फॉग परफ्यूम का इफेक्ट लंबे समय तक
He was looking to go over extra cover as well, to be honest. And the bottom hand came into play. Huge over for New Zealand. 10 overs gone, and they're at 103 for 2.
Uses the feet Ryder. I think he's going to get lucky. He's going to find the grass in between 3 fielders, and they'll get back for 2. So some luck for Jesse Ryder. End of the over. New Zealand 108 for 2. Has he got a bottom edge? He has. A big wicket. McCallum's gone and Peterson's done the job for his skipper, de Villiers. Just what South Africa were after.
I think a good change of pace. There was a little bit slower, just turned a bit, and I think Brendan McCullum was through his shot. It took an awful long time to get to him. A little edge. And Amy de Villiers, just a good reaction. He's happy. Brendan McCullum has to go. 112 for 3, a sniff of hope for South Africa.
Well, there's Ryder. He's got big. Has he got enough of it? You bet he has. It's a long way back. That's the first one from Ryder tonight.
It wouldn't be easy holding the ball, and Jesse Ryder knows that. A little bit of skid now that there's some Bit of moisture on the surface, and down the track he went. With the breeze, he was due for one. Chipped a couple and had a bit of...
Uses his feet again, goes long. Has he got enough of it? Yes, he has. Second one in the over. Great stuff, Jesse Ryder. 15 off the over. Short. Oh, that's gone over cover. Has it gone all the way? One bounce for 4. Nice touch from Ryder. He's looking in good form.
Yeah, one bounce. Giving himself room. It's the old baseball shot.
Just the boundary.
Motivated as well.
That'll be out. It just got a bit big for Kane Williamson. So Albie Morkel holds the catch for his brother. And for once, Williamson not in control of that delivery at all. Climbed and it was a bit close to the body.
Yeah, sometimes tonight I've noticed that the pace that shows up on our speed gun doesn't really reflect the way that some of these batsmen have been hurried up through their strokes. Definitely that got big on him, and it was on him before he could really get the hands free, and so all he could do was lob it up. So Williamson goes for 6, 142 for 4.
Well, I think you're always under pressure when you come to the wicket and the guys are firing it through quite quick, and it's bouncy. Ryder's hit that beautifully past third man. Well, he is in. He has got the pace of the pitch, and this is not an easy shot to play.
Ryder is repaying the faith of those that selected him. And rightly so, he's in there. Look at the way that he watched that and played it late. It was the bounce, and he got on top of the bounce.
Well, he's hit one so high, it might never come down. This is huge. Oh, he spilled it. They could have run too. That about sums it up tonight. Ongtong missed the run out, and now he misses a skyer. It went so high. It really did. It's out. Jesse goes. So Jesse Ryder's initial part of his innings is very good, and the longer he went, his timing deserted him, and that was an option he obviously regrets, because New Zealand are now under a bit of pressure to go on and complete the deal here. Ryder a bit cute, trying to get it fine past AB de Villiers and down to the boundary. Just scooped it very easily into the hands of Morne Morkel. Yes, Johan Borta.
Well, it's a personal victory for that, as Ryder goes for 52. In good hand in the context of this match. 158 for 5.
Straight down the ground, one bounce. Fielder in behind it. That was the one that perhaps could have gone a long way. It was a half volley.
And he hit this very well.
That's good. Very good indeed. Good pace. Good width.
Yeah, this is risk and reward this from the fast bowler. Bang it in.
Got to make contact here. That's out. That is out. So McCullum trying to work it down fine. Just lobs it straight to AB de Villiers. And there's a horrible gurgling sound in the New Zealand camp.
Well, well, well. Well, everything the black cap batsmen try now does not work for them. Got him in the gloves, lobbed up in the air. Look at that from the captain. Can he pull this one off? It'll be one of the biggest jokes you'll ever see in a game of cricket if he does. McCullum, he can't make a difference. He's out for naught, 160 for 6. 6 from 3 now.
Oh, Doug, it's gone straight up. He's going to be out too. Hashim Amla's underneath it. He won't drop it. He will not drop it. In the end, it threatened to get away, but he held on to it, and now South Africa are odds on to win. How the heck has this happened?
The nerves, after what happened a few overs before, the nerves all around the ground there, all around the ground in the field Oh, the hearts would have been in hands. The hearts would have been sitting up there in the throats as this one went up. It was another sky, but Amla, the experience, the class he has, just holds on to it.
Oh, he just held on to it. Now they're checking the front foot, no ball. Not a problem there. Not a problem at all. That is certainly spot on there. And yes, look how far he had to stretch the arms out as the ball threatened to get away from him. But they have done enough, it seems. James Franklin, the only good news is that James Franklin will be on strike to try and win the game. Something lucky. Here we go, last ball. Beautifully bowled. It's a no ball. It's been called a no ball. South Africa think they've won. They have not. Go back, boys. Go back. Front foot, no ball. Unbelievable. Let's have a look. He's over. He's got to have something behind that line.
What was he thinking? What was the lugger thinking?
Southey misses. And South Africa have stolen it. They have stolen this game from nowhere. And New Zealand are rocked back. And what will this do for their confidence? A rare opportunity to beat the Proteas has gone begging. And McCullum was taken as well with audacious shots, tough options. New Zealand were left in all sorts of bother, really. And Umla, you should make mention of a very, very good catch off a steepler from Doug Bracewell. Peterson 1 for 34. DeLonga ends up being the hero. He had 3 overs, none for 33. 4 overs, 2 for 36. He got 2 for 3 in that last most important over. Alvie Morkel, none for 13. Mornay Morkel, 2 for 31. Bortha, a heady last over from him. And he went for just 5 runs per over on a small ground with, you know, dimensions that you can pick off a spinner. 2 for 20 for him. Parnell, none for 14. And Duminy, none for 9 from his 2 overs. So the summary, South Africa 165 to 7. We thought they were around 20 runs short in the end. They had 3 runs too many, but that's because New Zealand seriously let this one go. South Africa, they tried to give it away at times, but they won by